season's looking up then at the moment. You've got Gardner's playing well. Sido's come back into the side. That must be particularly pleasing because I just spoke to GMAC there who said that it looks like something's clicked.
No, it's important and it's the right time of the season, obviously, with the with everybody trying to get to those points. It's a good time to have a decent run. I think we've only lost 2 in 10 games now, so it hasn't been just over the 2 games, but it's just it is now 2 in 10 that we've lost, so which is a good run for us.
And Gardner's form at the moment, last couple of games.
Yeah, Craig's done smashing. He's as I've said before, he's a good player, but he's brilliant around the dressing room as well, outside or off the pitch, around the dressing room with the players. Keeping the atmosphere, keeping the spirit within the group. He's first class.
But it's nice to have a set piece in the locker like that as well.
Yeah, he's been. There's been a few I've been disappointed with. That one was absolutely fantastic, and if he can continue to do that from now until the end of the season, then brilliant.
Now, have you spoken to Chris Brunt? If so, how is he?
No, I spoke to Brunty before he went over to have the operation. They're back in today, so I'll speak to him today.
He must be devastated particularly with Northern Ireland and the Euros.
I think he was, he obviously at Chris's age and the fact that Northern Ireland have got there for the first time for a long time. I think Chris was really looking forward to it, along with obviously the other lads, with GMAC and Johnny. It's so unfortunate for the lad, and so disappointing. But it's happened, and Chris is going to have to get on with it. And what we're talking about now is making sure that we give him as much help as we possibly can. To get himself fit for next season. This season obviously now has been washed away. The Euros has been washed away, so it's important that he focuses on getting himself fully prepared and ready to go for next season.
Just speaking to Gareth McCauley there, he's known Chris for 15 odd years or whatever, and he said that he hasn't spoken to him because he doesn't know what to say to him because of the devastation.
Well, Brunty will need a couple of days obviously to get over it, but you have to get over these things, and it's unfortunately it's happened at a terrible time for the kid in lots of respects, but it's happened, and like I say, you have to be man enough to stand up and get on with it.
Now, planning for this game, a few weeks ago you'd be planning for the attack of Rooney or whatever. Now all of a sudden everyone's talking about Marcus Rashford. He's just come out of nowhere, hasn't he?
No, it's brilliant, and when you get young kids like that, Manchester United traditionally have brought some real talent through over the years, so it's lovely for them to have such an exciting talent. And like you say, he has done exceptionally well. But for all what United have got, and they have got some fantastic players, and what are they, a point now off the top 4? It'll be what we do, Pete, as much as anything else. So it's a case of the next 2 days just concentrating on what we can do and the way we can set up that'll cause them problems at our place.
It's nice to see young talent being played though in the first team at such a young age, isn't it? Because so often
I think Van Gaal has always done that. I think he's at the clubs he's been at. I think he's always been quite happy to bring. I know he was at Ajax and brought a lot through at Ajax, and he's if they're there, I think he plays them. So fair play to him, but you have to be good enough. It's not good. Rashford had played and wasn't good enough, then he wouldn't be in the team and we'd be talking about him. So he's played him and he's done exceptionally well, and that's why we're talking about him.
How do you assess Van Gaal's season? Because there's so much talk of him being replaced already, but how do you assess it?
The best person to ask is Louis. It's not me. I've got enough problems assessing my own season instead of assessing his.
But like you just said, he's a point away from doing well.
And in the quarterfinals, the FA Cup as well. So they could end up getting into Europe, into the Champions League, and winning, one of the major cup competitions. So let's see how it finishes. Everybody, as I say, it moves so quickly, either one way or the other. You either get, on a run where everybody's talking about how well you're doing, or you hit a dip and everybody's talking about how badly you're doing. But that's the Premier League, and you have to stay level, you have to stay focused, and you have to carry it both ways, whether you're carrying it up the hill or whether you're carrying it down.
Just finally from me, what do you think about a proposed Super League, a European Super League?
Well, I think there's always going to be a worry of that in respect of, the bigger boys want to get bigger and want to have more and want to have more and want to, you know, you just feed them and feed them and feed them. I think it'd be a terrible shame if clubs broke away from their country's leagues, and hope and pray it doesn't happen. I think the Champions League is a great competition. There's enough games played in that for everybody to see the teams. You know, the knockout stages. The league stages at the beginning, and then the knockout stages. You know, it's fantastic, and it, you know, aligns well with our Premier League. And you know, I hope it doesn't happen. I hope that we retain what we've got here, because it is something special.